Hi guys. Today has been a whirlwind. Um, my child had 5 days of good days and then had an episode today, but then he was better after. Um, he got introduced a traffic light for when he says, "Stop, I'm not ready. I'm halfway through what I'm doing, and green, I'm ready to go." So we'll see if that helps at all. Our new area manager came in and threw so many things in the bag today. My head was actually exploding when I went on lunch at 11 o'clock because, look, I don't know if any of these things are going to actually come to fruition and continue, but yeah, it was interesting. We found out that someone who was doing their Cert 3, they're actually not allowed to be left alone with children at all. I thought it was just the children under the age of 17, but apparently it is anyone who is in a trainee. A trainee can actually not even be an educator, they're in training, so they are just an extra set of eyes. And a Cert 3 is working alongside somebody else. They cannot be by themselves. They are, you know, trying to be a teacher, so they are learning from the teachers. So that like drastically changes everything. Then she said, like, you're running a 4-year-old program, you are not having the 3-year-olds. So the 3-year-olds had to go into another room. I do have 2 3-year-olds that are coming into my room. They will turn 4 very soon. And another 4-year-old that just turned in July. So that will bring my roll up to, I think, 11. Yeah, I think 11. So 8 kindergarten actual kids for the funding, and then 3 extra kids, which will bring my roll to 11, which is then can be by myself. Tricky, because I'm like, well, how am I supposed to take these kids out out into the community? And they were like, well, you just have to do it when you've got ISS. But yeah, tricky. I'm not sure how I'm gonna weasel this or figure it out. I've asked for parents' help in the past. There's been one child's parent who said that they could help. But she's about to come on board as a staff member, so obviously she's not going to be able to help anymore. So great that I get to finally just teach the 4-year-olds. My program is supposed to be 8:30 to 4. And so what they're saying is that I actually need to have that 7 hours with the kids. Obviously, I can have an hour lunch break and it'll be 6 hours with the kids. There's an hour there that somebody else would be teaching the kids. Well, I'm on a lunch break. That's fine. But I have to actually work 7:30 to 4 because I can't actually do my programming during the day. It has to be before my system starts. So they want me to do 7:30 to 8:30 as programming. And so I'm going to get 5 hours of programming, which is amazing, but it means that I should be able to do an amazing program. So I really have to step up my game and figure out what a program looks like here, and how to tick all the boxes for that. But that'll be amazing if I can get that. I'm just like, well, what if they say that I have to be on board and that kind of stuff. But there's not enough staff, and so I'm coming in at 7:30 and they're like, okay, well, you can be on the floor then. I'm not supposed to be. I'm supposed to come in at 7:30, do 7:30 to 8:30 off the floor, and then come on the floor at 8:30. And I get my hour lunch. So that's great because I'll do that. The downside to that is obviously I'm on my own, so it's hard to go to the toilet because you have to call someone into your room. And I have 2 children that have nappies. One child is continuously in my room with nappies, and 2 days a week it's 2 children. So that's tricky. Sorry, I've been up since 5:30 today. Today I did 5:30. I did 7:30 to 4. So I had an hour lunch today, and I got McDonald's, but won't be getting McDonald's anymore because cannot do that every day. The bad thing. So the train that takes me 6 stops to get to work. Sometimes I have to take 2 trains in the evening because after a certain time they run like to Manly, and then if you don't get off in Manly, you express to like 6 steps further than me, which don't want to do. So you have to go and catch the other train. Well, in the morning between 6 and 7:30, there is only the train that goes right to Manly. You'll have to get off, switch trains, and then go. So I will get there at 7:15. I will get to the center. So I am leaving my house to catch the 6:30 train at 6:15. 6:10, 6:15. I'll probably do 6:10 just to make sure that I get that train. And that means I'm leaving the house at 6:10. And I am not coming back till 5. So I am literally out of the house for 11 hours. Look, I don't think I can keep this up. I cannot keep this up. It's going to be exhausting to do that much. Yes, I'm going to get paid 5 extra hours, which is around $250 extra. Take off taxes, it's probably an extra $150. Say, roughly. That's great. That's going to be awesome. Like, it really is. But is it worth 11-hour working days? I don't know. Well, it's not 11-hour working days. It's still only 8-hour working days. Well, it's still only 7.5-hour working days, really, because you take off an hour and a half. You take off an hour for lunch. And then you take off an hour for programming. So it's about 6.5 hour of working days. But to be out of the house for that long? Whereas if I can get this other job, I will only be out of the house for like 8 hours or 9 hours as opposed to 11. Because even if I work 7:30 to 4 there, I would be able to catch a 7 o'clock train to be there for like 7:10, because it not even. It literally takes me no time to get there. It literally is one train stop. Or in the summer, I probably won't walk, but I could walk there and back. It'd take about 35 minutes. Like, it's one stop, so it's literally like 10. It's literally like 25, 30 minutes all up. And then another half an hour on the way home, so it's only an hour. As opposed to right now, it's almost an hour one way. I do 2 hours of traveling pretty much. 7:30 to 8:30. 4 to 5. 2 hours of traveling, when I could cut that down by an hour. And that would make a massive difference to my day. Plus I get a day off. So I would only have to do that for, I go for the thing. And they were also saying I can't actually do lates or earlies because it's messing up with funding. So I am this week because that's what it was. But I need to stay the same shift. So come next week, I'm going to be pretty much a zombie, getting up at 5:30 every morning. Don't ask me how I'm sitting through this show that luckily is about to end soon because I'm so tired right now. And I get to sleep in tomorrow, which is great. But I don't know how I'm going to end up being able to go to bed at get up at 5:30 and stay up to be watching Survivor, or to be watching The Amazing Race, or to be watching Big Brother, which ends up going much longer. Big Brother might actually be later too. I don't know. I might not get to watch Big Brother. Anyways, that is the update. My head has been going crazy today. Crazy, just trying to figure it all out today. And it's just insane. Every time I feel like it's going to get better, it gets worse. And like I said, if this all comes to pass and I do 11-hour days and I get an hour lunch break and I get an hour programming every day and I could knock out something really cool and fun, that would be great. But the consistency just isn't there in what is being done. And that's the fault of not having staff. There's supposed to be two staff members they've interviewed now that hopefully will come on board soon in the next month, and one mom who's going to hopefully come on board. So we'll just see what's happening. But yeah, it's crazy. Book week, we have been giving 110. I was Purple Crayon, and the book that I read to the book didn't have a purple crayon on it. So I told the kids that it's because I was the purple crayon. And one of the kids was like, "Holy heck, you jumped out of the book." And I was like, "Yep, I absolutely did." Today I was Elsa. I had a blonde wig on and a blue dress, an actual Elsa dress. The kids loved it. I had to use safety pins to tie it up because it was too long. And tomorrow I've just bought a Tinkerbell outfit. So I've got a Tinkerbell and I've got like a roll-on almost deodorant, but it's sparkles. So I've said I'm going to pixie dust the children with it. And it's quite sparkly. I don't even know if you can see any of the sparkles on my... Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah, it's quite sparkly. I put it on. Just one little stroke, and it was very sparkly. And then I also have Super Mario Girl for Thursday, and then I have Belle for Fun Friday. Anyways, have a good evening. That was my day today. That is my update on what's happening with work. Bye.